Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to very special show. um, it's funny because I didn't know I was going to shoot this video until like 2 minutes ago. I was going to do something for Patreon, and I did notice, I think either yesterday or the day before, that my YouTube channel cracked 8,000 subscribers, which is really, really cool. So what I thought I would do is a bit of a self-indulgent video. I was going to do a Michael Golden, kind of like Super Fun Sunday Storyteller Spotlight. But looking up his stuff, I saw a reference to Echoes of Future Past. These are really, really fun books, kind of in the spirit of Heavy Metal Magazine, and I thought that they would be fun to look through. So we'll do like a 30-minute video of Echoes of Future Past, and give me like 5 minutes, and I'm going to reflect a little bit on the YouTube channel while we kind of look at art. So I won't be talking about the art right away. But yeah, so I came to YouTube about 4 years ago, and I kind of crept in. I had seen a few videos from professional comic book artists. Most would kind of do sort of a one and done kind of thing where I had seen Scott Williams had uploaded one real short, like kind of speed inking thing, and Jonathan Glapian had a channel, and I always loved YouTube. I had been on it, watching stuff and listening to music, and going down every rabbit hole that you can there, and I have a personality where I hate copying other people or being like everyone else. It's just like in my nature. If everybody's going left, I'm gonna go right. It's just how I'm wired, I think a pretty nice, helpful person, but I'm pretty stubborn too, and this Bucky O'Hare stuff is great. This is Michael Golden. So for about a year, I just kind of like, I had the channel. I uploaded a couple things where I would show a little bit of art, but I didn't really know what I was going to do with the channel, and I wanted to do something different. And as I've been struggling to make the transition from being a professional inker who carries a very, very heavy workload into drawing, I just seem to face one obstacle after another, one struggle after another, and it's just not easy. Like anyone out there who works a 9 to 5, or even something more extreme like a comic book type schedule, it's not easy to do. And I've had years in comics where I've made really good money and worked on very high profile books, but the only way that I was going to get out of that sort of stream was I needed to take easier books. I needed to take stuff that was less labor intensive but still kept a revenue stream coming in for me while I had time to work on my stuff. I mean, it would be like going, well, I can work at Trader Joe's for a year, and I'm like, there's no disrespect meant to anyone that I've inked over the last few years, but I had to go backwards to go forward, and I could have just as easily kept sort of driving towards top gigs, really just grinded, and clung to other people's sort of work as an inker does. And look, if it's in your back pocket, like when I worked with David Finch, you're not going to leave a book like that, because it's just so lucrative. It's I do it for the art, honestly, but I do have to make a living. So when you work with someone like David, or you ink Jim Lee for a couple of weeks, I mean, you're really, really increasing your income a lot, just on original art alone. This is a beautiful shot, by the way. Really, really gorgeous. These are probably, they could be trace photos, honestly. Like he might have used a little vellum. I'd have to look, but they're pretty accurate. But Michael Golden is a great artist. I mean, he can really draw his ass off. But yeah, so I kept kind of looking for easier gigs, and as I did that, financially it did crush me, honestly, because now all of a sudden I had art that I couldn't sell. I was getting less royalties, but I was able to draw more. So it was a real struggle. But so anyway, my voice on YouTube ended up being sharing what it's like to really be a comic book artist. Look, we can all dream about being the top 5%, and I've definitely had my toe in that pool before. But at the same time, the other 90% of the people that work in comics, I'm telling you, it will kick your ass. At some point, you will have your ass handed to you by comics, unless you're very, very fortunate and in that like 5%. No jobs are guaranteed. Every single thing that you work on will inevitably end at some point. and you can slip backwards really really fast. Now I could say, well, I sort of chose to slip backwards to go forwards, but at the same time, it was a reality that I had to face, which was I ended up having literally no control over my career. I kind of like nicknamed myself the elevator, because what happened is once I started working on newer pencilers, that was what I was seen as, was like, hey, can you work on this person's stuff and elevate their work? And I had opportunities like that sort of presented to me before, and I would generally pass on them because I knew what it meant. The second you go backwards and the perception of what you do as a professional changes, it can really, really pigeonhole you. So, what I did is I started doing a vlog on YouTube. This is great. And I was sharing personal experiences, but at the same time, I always like to help people, and if I can guide someone to avoid sort of any of the, not necessarily the pitfalls that I've faced, but just generally speaking, let them be aware that, look, nothing in comics is promised to you. Nothing as a professional artist is promised to you. I've said a bazillion times on YouTube how much of a fan I am of concept art and video game design and movie design and all that stuff. And those artists are in the same boat. I mean, it's like when Gears of War ends, you are out of a job, and companies fold. Your editors can change, your art directors can change, and all of a sudden you don't have that same connection. You don't have that same in. And look, comics is extremely dysfunctional right now. I mean, I won't name company names, but one in particular is really playing a fictional hand online, and the things that they say totally contradict how they actually behave and treat artists. And look, that's stuff that you're gonna have to face if you're looking for a job somewhere. You only have so many options. DC has been great. I'll just say that DC has always treated me really really well, and besides sort of a dip in work at the beginning of this year, which was more as they were sort of what do you call it, restructuring. This stuff was always interesting to me. Yeah, this art is pretty wild. It's clearly photo realistic, but I always thought it had a pretty cool look. But anyway, but yeah, I mean, and it's like it's been really really interesting. But I loved YouTube, and although I don't have probably the most exciting, oh, this mugwump stuff is really cool. Arthur Suydam before he was crazy. Photoshopping crowds around his table or whatever was going on. Yeah, this stuff is really really cool. But yeah, so like I said, my YouTube channel stays in a pretty non-offensive lane. But look, I have my own opinions on everything that's going on, and the one thing that I'll say is that every trend, every movement has its moment, and it moves on. I mean, it's just the reality of anything. Nothing stays on top forever. And so even within that, you need to be like water. I've said it before. I'm telling you. You can put your eggs in one basket, but I'm telling you, 2 years down the line, someone's going to kick that basket right out of your hand. And you better be able to acclimate to what's going on next. And I think I've been pretty good at doing that. And look, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. As this guy shows you, he's late. Har har. Man, this is so cool. But yeah, so anyway, so let's get to the art now. Enough of the blah blah blah. But anyway, I want to thank all of you for 8,000 subscribers. I want to thank everyone that comes and watches my channel. And I'm gonna give you breasts and something really really weird going on right here. This is great drawings though. Man, this stuff is so kick-ass. And you can get these magazines actually pretty cheap. They're you'll find them in back issue bins, like the magazine back issue bins, and they're well worth it. I have all of them, even maybe multiple copies of some of them. But yeah, I mean, I definitely have this whole run. I want to say that there's maybe 12 of them. I could be wrong. We'll see in a second. But yeah, they really got great talent, and they're just fun. I like the variety. I like seeing 4 or 5 short stories and really really kick-ass art that all has its own sort of interesting look. Oh, this is so funny. But yeah, and so the Journey of 1,000 Miles videos aren't up right now. I never deleted them, but they're unlisted. My channel was getting really bogged down with content. I mean, I had over probably 350 videos here, and I was just finding that it did actually hurt the channel. So it's something that I will put back up. But yeah, I yanked all that stuff down because nobody was finding any old videos. And the second I did it, everything went up. All my statistics went up. So worst case scenario, at some point I could always create a channel just for those, for people interested in them, because I have had people ask. But yeah, so the vlog, there was like 100 vlogs, and then close to 100 Journey of 1,000 Miles videos. But they're long. You can't find anything in them. You know, like if there's a good subject talked about, it's kind of lost in the shuffle. So it was kind of unfortunate. It was a good idea, but poorly executed. All right, so let's see. I want to see how many issues there are. Okay, so there's 9 issues. Okay. Look at that cover, man. It's so kick-ass. So what we've got is Mudwogs is Arthur Suydam. Hom is Carlos Jimenez. Neal Adams. Stefano Negrini. And then Michael Golden and Larry Hama. Larry Hama is awesome. Oh, and someone had asked me about, there's a G.I. Joe issue that they want me to do that's a silent issue. I actually have the comic. I looked it up online and I saw the cover, and I'm 100% sure I have it. I may do it as a digital version just because these are more time consuming to record, but I think that it may go better. But yeah, it'll be interesting. So there's no words. We could actually do the John Byrne Snow issue too. I think it's it's Alpha Flight issue, I think, but there's no talking in that, or some. I mean, I don't know, is there no talking? It's almost all white. It's pretty trippy. Oh man, it's nice. Great colors. This stuff is so cool looking. Whoa, buddy. Whoa. That's pretty cool. I don't know, I kind of like that. Could see Sam Keith maybe being a fan of this stuff back in the day. I think this is late 80s, early 90s. So Sam was already on his way. I mean, these guys were definitely from the same school of thought, which would be Wrightson, Frazetta, that kind of thing. That's really cool. I like that. It was a fun time for art. You know, there was a lot of kind of creativity and interesting stuff going on. I really like this. This is all really cool looking. This is nice. This is cool. This is cool. Oh man, it's a great figure. It's really nicely drawn. Oh man, this stuff is interesting. There's a lot of artists that draw in this style. I mean, you can grab graphic novels and find this stuff everywhere. There's so many books I flipped through from like Italy and France, and it's a more advanced version of this, but there is a look. It's usually pretty detailed. I've noticed that European graphic novels definitely have more panels per page. Like, that's definitely a thing, where I would say the average is like 8 to 12 panels, where American comics tend to have less. Oh man, that's really cool. What makes these kind of shots really powerful is these heavy cast shadows. If you ever want something that really pops on a page, be careful how much black you put elsewhere, but these sort of falling shadows, it's a real powerful tool to make something pop pretty well. But if you use black everywhere else, then it will lose its effect. It's all rationing things is a big part of having exciting art. Is if you put detail everywhere, you put black everywhere, I mean, it completely loses its effect. And I don't understand why more people don't see it. But I mean, like a page like this, it's nice because it's fairly clear storytelling. But everything is kind of drawn at the same hum. Like everything is at level 6.5. And you do a lot of pages like this, it can end up looking a little bit like wallpaper. This is nice. He mixes it up though. I mean, you have these 3 panels that all sort of read as one moment, and then this being more open and stuff like that really kind of breaks it up. The size relationship here makes it visually exciting, and then these panels almost feel open because there's so much space, but This page has a level of kind of funness to the visuals. Neal Adams. This is nice. So Continuity was Neal's company, and they released quite a few books. It's I'm trying to remember all the names of them now off the top of my head. I have quite a few that I bought in back issue bins. Megalith, I think, was one. There was some sort of oh man, it's gonna be hard for me to remember now. There's a blonde girl that has a book through the company too. It's nice. Adams could draw his butt off, man. This is really nice. I like this. Thumb is at an interesting angle. I don't know. It's just like, get out. It's like, hey, baby, come on. This is cool. It's nice. Okay. Interesting. Okay, Bucky O'Hare. Let's get to some Michael Golden. This is going to be good. Yeah, I was looking for, I wanted to do his Jackie Chan issues. I have the comics. I also have them in black and white, but I couldn't find them online, although they probably are. But this is nice. These little cartoony figures that he does are really, really good. Excuse me, Michael Golden stuff can get quite dense with detail. He actually was a little more reserved on this. He did Micronauts. It's all stuff I went back and looked at. Most of it was before my time. But you know, you would hear like, oh, Arthur Adams really likes Michael Golden, or Jim Lee likes Michael Golden, or whoever it was that I was into, and then I would go back and I would check this stuff out. And working at Wildstorm, I was exposed to a lot more too. Not necessarily that they would bring it in and show it to me, although that did happen occasionally. This is great. But you know what I mean? Like someone would be raving about, oh, Michael Golden did this book called The Nam, and then you check it out and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, this is good. I don't know if I would have ever seen this. This is a great panel. Really, really nice. This is a nice page too. Really, really good. This is beautiful. So what he has here is the room is pretty clean and clear. I actually like that they did it in white. I mean, it really kind of captures the mood. But then he's got just great placement of these figures. It's a really, really fun, interesting sort of triangular shape here. Little Star Wars toy in the window. It's a nice touch. I don't know what that ship is. Battlestar Galactica? Someone will know. What's that ship? It's from something. It doesn't look like an X-Wing. I mean, it could... this is nice too. I mean, so look, here's the shape that he uses here. Do you see this? And it moves you through the page really, really nicely. I mean, I kind of start here for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the green color, but it sweeps me around this way a bit more, which isn't bad, but you know, obviously you want to sort of, but he uses, again, objects, guns, and stuff like that are usually pointers. So he uses that little antenna on that toy to bring you up here, but it all moves great. And then this is really nice shape. Again, really nice page. I mean, you come right through here, you come over here. This reads really, really clear. This is beautiful. Man, what a great page. That is gorgeous. And very garish colors, you know. I mean, it's got a wild palette. I think it's fun though. That's the thing, is like I was showing a little bit of the Denizen art, and I want to use like a really wild color palette only for that though. But it's like, at the time, people might go, oh, this is jarring, or it's weird, or this fucking sucks. But the reality is if you do a big enough body of work, all of a sudden it becomes something different in your body of work, and there's an added point of interest to it just based on that. It's like, if everything you draw looks exactly the same and is colored exactly the same, I guess that's good. It's good for some people, not for me. I'd rather finish my career and have like 12 completely different styles that all kicked ass in their own unique ways. And then you have people going like, I didn't like that one, I like this one, which it hurts your feelings a little bit that they didn't like one, but you know, no risk, no reward, right? Again, I'm a freak. Don't necessarily do what I say, because it may not work out for me. This is really cute. This is nice. This is cool. Yeah, like if you see his Micronaut stuff, like he has pages that are just like insane like this. I'm kind of losing track of time. I don't know how long we're into this. Let me see something really quick. 20 minutes. All right, we're fine. Who knows? Maybe because it's 8,000 celebration, I'll go an extra 10 minutes. Fuck it. Let's do it. This is great. Look at that. Come on. Look at that. That's a nice shot. And you know what? I guarantee that there's people watching this video that don't know Michael Golden's stuff. I know that a lot of you will, but for the people that are seeing this stuff in particular for the first time, you're going to be real excited and want to check this stuff out. I'm telling you, Michael Golden is great, and he's got a body of work that's filled with really, really kick-ass stuff. So enjoy it, because he is really good, and you could probably Wikipedia him and find sort of like a checklist of his stuff. But yeah, he's really, really good, and kind of was really sort of the goal for this video. So this is really nice. This stuff, oh man, to draw a page like this would be so freaking time consuming. All these little shapes. This is a long day or a long couple of days. All these little blacks and stuff like that can really, really stack up. And this is actually fairly calm for Michael Golden. What I might do is that's really, really nice. Neal is great at this kind of stuff. If you really saw this in black and white, there's a lot of open spaces in this. Do you see, like here, like he doesn't delineate all the edges? And that's a really, really difficult way to draw something and actually still create a pretty solid structure on things. The colors are actually pretty nicely placed on this, which helps it along. The darker gray here, the lighter grays here. I don't really see any grads. I guess there's a little bit in here. But it's a little sort of watercolory thing going on, but the mouth gets a little flat inside. They could have had just a little bit of a shadow there. This is nice, really nice drawing. This is great. This is a high level of art. Neal's the real deal. This is great. This is great. These are all really, really good. Those, man, like creepy gypsy. I don't know, what is that? A pirate? I guess they're gypsies. Just gonna put a juju on her. Oh man. There needs to be more gypsies in comics. I'm bringing them back. Blaster Kid will run into a gypsy at some point. Actually, you know what? There is kind of something like that in the book. I'm not even kidding. That's funny. It's so weird, like how your brain will actually create stuff, and that is really, really funny. You'll see when you read the story. It's not a gypsy literally, but you'll see. You will see. This is cool, man. That's a really, really nice drawing. Honestly, that pose and this right here is great. This is really cool too, man. Fuck. This is nice. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You start getting into like the 9, 10 panel range. I don't know. I mean, I like it works on a page like this. This is 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just to me, this starts to overwhelm the reader. And again, I know that if you grew up on comics with this many panels, it's probably the norm, and maybe American comics look stupid or dumbed down. But I like a little more breathing room on my pages. 16 panel page is pushing it. He's got the open here, but again, I'm not criticizing this guy's stuff. I'm just saying for my aesthetics, this stuff can be challenging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so they're keeping it at about 10 pounds. Oh man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a lot of drawings. This is cool. I like this. This is an interesting decision. I remember talking to the owner of Humanoids one time, and we were talking about something, and there was a shot where it was, I think, it was one image and 3 panels, and he wasn't sure if he was sold on the idea This is nice. It's kind of something like this in a way, and he wasn't sure that he liked the idea of the 3-panel thing. So again, so this guy's stuff is really interesting to me. I don't know if I necessarily like it. I like elements of it. It's got a little bit of a Bill Sienkiewicz thing. It looks cool, but you know, I'm not a big fan of photorealistic art, so it can teeter on looking a little too much like that. Again, from my aesthetics, your mileage may vary. He's really, really good though. This is great. This is really cool. I like this a lot, actually. To be clear, I always did like these stories and the look of it, and I think it's a nice change of pace from the other stuff in the book. Okay, and here we go, some Suydam. That's really cool. He's got a little Jeff Jones in his stuff, too. Jeffrey Catherine Jones. Bam. Whoa! Yeah, so after this, we'll do... Yeah, so let's do... Let me go to... the Namas. I think I found golden. Then I can do this. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Micronauts. Alright, let's do this. So I'm gonna try... We'll try issue 3 really fast and just see if it's golden. Yeah, that's a Michael Golden cover. Alright, let's do this. Oh man, this is big. I don't like these. I hate these kind of reproductions when it doesn't look like newsprint. It gets real ugly. Alright, we're bailing out. Let's go back. Come on, guys. Guys and girls. Let's try issue 7. Yeah, I can't stand the reprints where they put it on that, like, slick paper and, like, there's no... Yeah, this looks better. Oh, this is a great issue, too. I have this. I have most of these. It's still that weird reprinty thing, but that little guy's cool. We'll ride the wave on this. Let's just try it. It's not as detailed as I remember. I don't know if there's one issue in particular or something. Or maybe it was an annual. Yeah, this isn't so bad. It's actually kind of loose for him. Yeah, this stuff just looks so much better on newsprint. Okay, so let's do this. Let me see what other Michael Golden... People are going to be yelling at the screen. No, Rich, pick this Michael Golden. All right, let me see. Can we grab? Let's do... well, here, I'll show you the first issue of the NAM. It's really, really good. Actually, you know what? Kelsey Shannon wanted me to do this many moons ago. Kelsey asked about this. Okay, so my first introduction into the NAM was a later issue, and this first issue is really packed with beautiful detail. It's gorgeously colored. It's a really, like, this book is 5 stars out of 5 stars. 5.9. It's off the charts great. His stuff gets much more simple as it moves along, and around issue 9, I think, was the first one that someone showed me, and they're like, you gotta check out this. Michael Golden's the best. And I was like, I don't know. It's a little, like, it seemed a little simple to me. This is freaking great, though. It's beautiful. So, look at this cover. I mean, this right here, this could be a cover on its own. Just this little section right here. This is great, too. This could be a cover. This could be a cover. And this could be a cover. Like, I mean, it's absolutely insane. That's so much work. And it's such a great little drawing. This is a really, really beautiful, beautiful piece. All right, so let's go. And it's on newsprint, which I prefer. Really nice establishing shot. This is fantastic. I mean, the mom really looks like she's hugging her boy, and, you know, people are boarding the airplane. This is a pretty... this was tough for me. My dad is a Vietnam vet, and Vietnam really, really fucked him up. And he went over there quite young, and actually I'm named after his brother who was killed over there. So my family paid the price for Vietnam quite well. yeah, I kind of, it was hard for me to enjoy a comic book about Vietnam just based on what it did to my family. Anyway, this guy's really cool. He draws this guy great. This is really cool. Like Michael Golden, he doesn't shy away from really anything. Look at this. This is so freaking nice. This sequence right here is great. The reproductions on this are a little soft, but it looks good enough. This is a great panel with all the guys getting their sort of like shots and physicals and whatnot. They're put to work. Again, I love this. This is just absolutely beautiful. This is great. And then this guy, man, he always goes into like this super cartoony mode with this guy, and it is so freaking good. It's just amazing. This is great. Really, really good. Like the folds and stuff like that. They're stylized, but very, very accurately placed. This is a great, great exterior. Like I wouldn't call it an establishing shot per se, but I mean, this is just spot on. This is great. They're heading over to, probably not necessarily Vietnam right away, but we'll see where they go. I don't know. I don't remember that. This is awesome. He really plays with light in an incredible way in this book, and you're going to see later one shot in particular that is absolutely phenomenal. So, okay, well, the tracers, green. Oh, so they're getting shot at as they're actually coming into to Vietnam. All right. I love this. This is really, really good. Look at that. This is so badass. Look at the shots that he uses at the helicopters too. This is really, really great. This is awesome. This is killer. I mean, this page just sweeps you around. Look at the angle that the trucks are at. It's absolutely insane. It's so good. It starts to heat up. The men are I guess are they getting their papers? And there's a shot down helicopter, it looks like. This is nice. This book is so like it's a must have in your collection. It really, really is. This is great. This is awesome. This guy's crazy. Look at this. And again, like I said, these corporals, he will drift back and forth into, like, I wouldn't call this realism, but like a real like high level of detail. And this isn't not detailed, just to be clear, but like he really, really exaggerates like these guys' faces in a pretty cool way. This is great. This is really, really nice. This is again another really, really beautiful like environment shot. This is awesome. Them all sitting around. It looks like they're playing cards. He's got a bunch of candy. This guy's really cool. I love that right there. And here we go. It's ramping up. This is awesome. And here we go. Really, really nice size variations. This is great. It's got basically small here, kind of medium. This takes up a decent amount of real estate, so it does feel bigger than these. It kind of goes back to like this size a little bit. It's a little bigger, and then the nice small. This is a really great shot. This is awesome. Really, really beautiful down shot. He's got the camera right about waist high underneath these guys. Moves it up a little higher for this shot. And then cover. These guys get lit up. So this is a beautiful pose. This guy running right here is really, really nice. I actually like that he chose to have him like kind of half in, half out of the panel. This guy is getting, shot at, and he's falling back. And again, you've got another character here dropping out of the panel. This is a little hard to read on the thing, but this guy's running, and this guy's standing kind of firm and like firing into the scene. This is a great shot. I love his arm up like this. He's just lighting it up. This is really, really cool. This is a great, great panel right here. Again, his color choices are really extreme, but it's actually very, very cool looking when you kind of warm up to it. And then this is a great shot of them sort of running into the page. Awesome. This is such a great pose. I actually did a really fast Nam sketch that I always really liked. It was done with like Pentel cheap markers, but you know it was different for the time. I'll try to find it and maybe stick it on Instagram. This is great. This is really cool. Get like some sort of maybe like booby trap. So my dad was in the 1st Infantry. That was their job, was basically to go in and like remove all that shit. He had both of his legs broken over there. This is really great. This is cool. This is really awesome. Oh man, it's such a great panel. Oh my god, look at that. Those choppers coming in. This is such a like. This is so like Apocalypse Now. This is awesome. Them running is really, really fantastic. Man, they should do a black and white version of this book. I do love the colors, though, as weird as they are. But they're really, really expertly placed. But it would be fun to see some black and white, too. This is great. My favorite part of the thing is coming up when they get back to the camp at the end of the book. So they've had this intense, I don't know if it's the first day, it's been a long time since I read it, but they finally get back and they're like watching like a movie at the camp, which I don't even know how you could relax after being shot at and all the stuff that the military guys went through, but they need something to distract them. So anyway, they're watching this big fight scene of like cowboys and the cavalry and stuff like that, and as they're doing it, like bombs are going off like kind of around, well, I think maybe that's a village. But I love this. Oh, yeah, and a bomb goes off. So they're, like, watching the movie. Look at the colors here. This beautiful blue as they're all sitting. Like, this guy's still even watching the movie. This mortar goes off. And, like, the flash of this, him looking into the fire, and as it slowly fades and goes to blue, is so chilling and so good. This is really, really just... It's such a beautiful page. For the colors in particular, the drawings are great too. All right, so you all have a great day. Again, thank you so much for 8,000 subs. Let's take it to 10. Let's do it. And then we're off to the races. I'll make myself a 10,000 award since YouTube doesn't provide one for that level. But all right, have a great day, and I love you all. Thank you so much for sticking with the channel. And here's to another year on YouTube and kicking some ass. All right, have a great day. Bye.